New Thought Media Network. We are a global broadcast network of positive music, media, and entertainment, inspiring humanity's evolution along the journey of enlightenment and creating a world of love, peace, empowerment, and prosperity for all. New Thought Media Network. Positively inspiring.
Why, hello there. It's me. Yes, me, Bonnie Gonzalez, your doula for grief. And who are you, young lady, that showed up in this other square with me?
Well, I'm just trying to be like you. I'm Dr. Deborah Davis Jones, and I'm the founder of the Day for Life Ministries International. But more importantly, I am a good friend of Bonnie Gonzalez, who is a grief coach. In fact, I met her in my biggest time of grief and we bonded, and she has just helped me, and I'm sure that she can help you.
Yes. And together we are here to help all of those grievers and mourners who are moving through grief. And, you know, grief is an emotional response to a loss. And right now, our whole world is grieving. I just did a blog on the fact that we're all in collective grief because of the situation of the world, that we're all grieving what has been lost and wanting a better world, and grieving what we felt was that we were on the path to a better world, and suddenly it feels like we've taken a little U-turn, a U-turn or a detour. So just saying that grief is an emotional response to a loss. And sometimes the first thing people think about when they hear the word grief, they think about someone died. And of course, that is a tremendous, the biggest loss that you will experience in your life. But also we have other losses that we do experience. As I said, you know, right now with the global change, we're so interconnected. What affects one affects all. So we're all affected by what's going on in the world. And so we can find ourselves here at the holidays, especially the holidays, mourning all of the losses that we may have endured, you know, be it divorce, geographical moves, loss of a job. Oh, how about the one about all the kids leaving home and you suddenly have that, what they call the empty nest syndrome. So those are losses that we do experience, and therefore they put us in grief. And, you know, grief can just show up in so many emotional ways: sadness, anger, confusion, even numbness. Yeah. Sometimes we're just absolutely numb and in shock. So that's just to lay the segue for us to discuss what we're going to discuss today. And that is from grief to grace, navigating the holidays.
Yes.
Navigating the holidays. And Rev Deborah, I know that you just did something a little bit different to help navigate the holidays. You want to tell us a little bit about what you did?
About what?
I thought you went away. And
well, yeah. It was, it was a responsibility. I went with a group to the beach, Bucerias, which is next to Puerto Vallarta. I'm not really a beach person, but where we went was like a cruise ship, an on-land cruise ship. They had buffets and they had pools, but my friend and I, Shelly, she went with me. And so we didn't, like I said, we're not beach persons, but there's so much to do. So we went on a tour into
Mhm.
the silver mining country that wasn't far away. We had an 80-minute massage, and when we got up, my friend said, "Oh, all I can say is eat, pray, love." And
Beautiful, beautiful.
it was called Rhythm of the Night, and it was like a Cirque du Soleil. But we took a ship from Puerto Vallarta to this private island, and it was lit by all candles. And so
Mm.
it was just, and we had a dinner, wonderful dinner, and then the show. So we did. It was a good time
Mhm.
to be away and to celebrate life.
Yes, yes. And I was just going to let our audience know too that Reverend Deborah just recently lost her husband, Ralph. And is it coming up on 3 years,
3 years
Deborah?
in
Yeah,
February.
time goes by so fast.
Yes,
And
yes,
that's why I was asking her about her setting a different tradition or doing something different
yes.
during the holiday season.
And actually, this is the second time that I went to Bucerias.
Yes, yes.
And
You're
so,
becoming a regular at Bucerias.
yeah, it became. I guess that'll be our new Christmas tradition. And so I'm looking forward to. I'm decorating. Well, Adela's going to decorate my house next week, and but for me, my husband had some Christmas ornaments that he just loved. And so I put those up, and so that his spirit is here.
It's there, yeah, always with you. And that's leading into Deborah is going to read a holiday grievers bill of rights, and
Yes.
I'm going to take myself out while I let you have the full spotlight.
Okay, let me put on my glasses.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get myself. Yeah.
Yes, this is the Grievers Holiday Bill of Rights. I have a right to cry during the holidays at any time and anywhere. Crying is healthy for me. I have the right to share about those I grieve during the holidays. I honor their memory in this way. I have the right to cancel all holiday activity for myself. This is not selfish. I am honoring my own journey as I heal. I have the right to do other activity without guilt or explanation. There are no rules when it comes to grieving. I have the right to add more of my rights about my grief because we all grieve differently.
Mm.
And that's by Angie Cartwright.
Yes. That is, yeah. What touched you in that, Deborah, being a newly widowed?
That you have the right to grieve the way you want to. And the other thing is, for me, to remember the good things. You know, to remember the good things, and those who come around me, they know I always have a story about Ralph. And so this is this is our time. It's like Christmas pajamas. I never in my life would have Christmas pajamas, but he loved Christmas pajamas. But and so there are some things that just make you feel good that that person was in your life, and but not to focus on the fact that they weren't, because they're not. But they have if you remember on those good memories and those fun times, then that will help. That helps me make it through. But maybe about a week ago, I had a couple of those what I call widow days. It's just like one of my picture just disappeared.
Oh, you're here with us.
You're
I
not
see
on
you.
me.
Yeah,
I can't see you.
Or
I can't see.
just pretend you see us because we
Okay.
see.
That's strange. Here you are. I mean, you just disappeared. Um, the the right to there just some days it's just I can't.
Mhm.
And it's okay to say I can't today. I'm just not feeling it. If it's 3 or 4 days, then you may something else might be going on. But and it surprised me. That was
Yes.
like, you're
Yes.
having one of those days, but I had a couple of them, and I didn't feel like talking. I didn't feel like I wasn't depressed. It was just some days, and as you said, we have the right to feel that way when we feel that way.
Mhm. Exactly. And that is a part of, the very thing that we run away from is the very thing that needs to be embraced, because that
Mhm.
is how we heal, is by leaning into those difficult moments and
Mhm.
those difficult days, by leaning into them versus trying to run away from them. What you
Mhm.
resist will persist. So when
Yes.
you can lean into it, and maybe today you can only lean into it for 10 minutes or 5 minutes, but the next time maybe you can be with it a little longer.
Mhm.
And as time goes forward, those emotions can be less intense. Not
Mhm.
always, because sometimes it can hit you like, wow, just got that news 5 minutes ago.
I-
So
that's exactly how it surprised me. Like,
mhm.
what is this? And then after a while, it's like, huh? Like I said, I call it a widow day.
Yes.
It's a widow day, and
Mhm.
I'm just going I'm just going to have to just stop.
Yes. Yeah, take a pause.
Mhm.
Maybe even I love it. So many people use the term, what's the lesson? What lesson am I learning? But I like to use what's the message? What
Mhm.
message wants to come through? What
Mhm.
message wants to speak to me today?
Mhm. Mhm.
So be with, yes, Deborah, be with what you feel and honor that too.
Yeah.
uh, what is that? A Rumi poem says, this guest house, this human is like a
Mhm.
guest house. Every day a new arrival.
That's the truth.
He was a madness, some momentary craziness. But he says, treat each guest honorably. They may be
Yes.
clearing you out for a new delight.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
the other is that each emotion that comes up is like a lesson from beyond. So a message from beyond, we'll put it that way. And I do want to take a second, Rev Up, to welcome Rachel Running. She is here with us today.
Hi,
I know,
Rachel.
yeah, I think she's at a border town. I want to say Arizona or New Mexico, one of those border towns. And she
Mhm.
says, hello, beautiful sisters. I have a Reiki today. So sending good thoughts to you all, healing through grief. She's sharing the channel with some friends to help them navigate these holidays. Oh, thank you, Rachel, for that, because that's something I'd like to invite people to do.
Mhm.
That if you know people, and we all know someone's in grief, but yes, share this with them. Share
Mhm.
this, and if you have friends in your own personal circle who are grieving, reach out to them. Reach
Mhm.
out to them, because your presence.
Mhm.
If people feel, oh, I don't know what to say, I don't want to make them feel worse. It's like you can't make someone feel worse around the loss.
Yeah.
You can't. But your presence can help them move through it, feeling a connection with you. And my tagline, as you know, is don't do grief alone.
And you know what? I just happened to think of something to add on this Bill of Rights.
Oh, sure.
You have the right to be happy and enjoy the holidays. It's okay. A lot of times when people are grieving and it's like, well, I don't think I should be enjoying. Yes, you should.
Well,
When you go to events or if you go around or if you're laying around watching all the Hallmark Christmas movies that were ever made and you're happy, it's okay. You
Yeah.
don't have to walk around sad. You don't have to. Uh, and I think sometimes, we say, oh well, I'm maybe I shouldn't really be enjoying it. It's really okay. And that person or that you that you love, that if I know my husband would be saying, why are you sitting around here like this?
Mhm.
Enjoy your life. You have the right to do that. You have the right to smile. And so to let yourself move on. And I think that's probably, and it really helped me a lot to to segue into what you are going to talk about, and that's journaling, because
Mhm.
until didn't understand why anybody would do that, and I just started one day because I had to. But that is something that I was able to tell myself, it's okay to
Mhm.
start enjoying your life. It's okay to participate and celebrate in the holidays. It's really okay.
Yes. And I've heard from, my coaching clients too, that they feel that if they're having a good time and celebrating, that that's
Mm-hmm.
somehow disrespectful. It
Yes.
means that I didn't love them as much
Mm-hmm.
as I, as I want people to know I did, because I'm
Mm-hmm.
happy and joyous. And so I think we need to just explore those myths as
Yeah.
to why we may feel that way, that you're not deserving of being happy. But no, you are worthy of
Mm-hmm.
participating in life 100%, or to the
Mm-hmm.
best of your abilities today. So yes, so thank you for that. That is our topic today: using journaling as a way of moving through grief, and especially moving through the holidays. And so many people, they feel that journaling, it's like, I've heard people say, oh, I can't journal, oh, I can't. There is just no right or wrong way to put words on a piece of paper. Just think about that you're putting words on a piece of paper. And I was listening to this great
Oh, that was.
video that was
Mm-hmm.
talking about how journaling really helps heal our brain. It
Mm-hmm.
really helps to heal the brain from grief. And I'm sure we're all in, if you're not familiar with the term of neuroplasticity, which means we have that ability, the brain has that ability to heal and change. And we do that. And so it's called neuroplasticity is the theory or the term. And journaling can help that. Journaling can help that. I just want to read a little something that from the book I wrote that was published this year. I don't know if you can see it because I've got that wonderful screensaver back there. But anyway, Blindsided by Grief. And on page 48, I just talked briefly about this, and I don't want to get too scientific, okay? But grief on the brain. So grief is intensely stressful and increases cortisol levels in the body. Cortisol is the stress hormone that prepares us for fight, flight, or freeze. Prolonged elevated cortisol levels can shrink the hippocampus. The hippocampus is that part of the brain that is responsible for memory and learning. And this can impair your ability for concentration and to retain new information. And so, meanwhile, the amygdala, which is back here, is that part of the brain that processes emotions like fear and anxiety and becomes overstimulated. Okay. And when the amygdala is overstimulated, emotional reactions become more intense and anxiety can increase. And so I wanted to quote that because journaling has a way of quieting the brain. So many people say, oh, I don't, I'd rather type it. I'd rather type it out versus writing it out. But when you write, that pen to
Mm-hmm.
paper, and as you're writing, it stimulates more of those areas in the brain. And as you're journaling and writing, what happens is that the mind has to slow down so that you can focus on what it is that you're writing. So in a way, it has that ability without even realizing to decrease the cortisol levels just by writing. And I'll let you get a word in edgewise.
You're good. Keep going.
No, and they just, brain scans have shown how when you're okay. So I'm Nurse Bonnie for a moment, only for a moment. We have our prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for our reasoning, right from wrong, our cause and effect of things that we're doing, that reasoning part. And then the amygdala is the part responsible for emotions. So when you're writing, journaling, we'll call it journaling, those two parts of the brain become synchronized. And then you can actually be in touch with what you're feeling. More, you can be more coherent with what it is. Like you were saying, I'm having one of those widow days. What's going on? But if you're journaling, when you journal, tell us what you experience when you're journaling during those widow days, or do you journal during those times?
And that's funny because I had not journaled in a while, hadn't written anything down in a while. And that day I said, well, what's going on? And that's really all that I wrote. I got I got my notebook out and I said, well, what's going on? Why am I feeling here? Why can't I just not move today? And
Yes.
And I thought, because and I want to say too about journaling, that was just a wonderful video, and the way that he talked about journaling. Some days, all you can write in your journal is why.
And if you are journaling, want people to know it does not have to be coherent. It does not have to be anything. It could go off the page. The thing is to get it from here onto the paper.
There. And so, but that's what I just kind of pulled out. Why am I feeling this? And then I just had to. It made me sit down and think, well, what's going on with me? That I just am not. I'm just, like I said, it's hard to describe my widow days, but as I began to write down, okay, and then when I have a widow day, I start thinking about all the things that I should be doing that I'm not doing.
Well, that's yes.
But I wrote them down and I said, okay, you can have this day. You can have this day, but these are the things that you really need to do tomorrow. And that really helped me also. But when your spirit, when your psyche tells you stop, reflect, do it. Don't there's not anything that really, unless you're doing emergency surgery on someone, that's just so important that you can't take a step back and take care of you.
Wow. Okay. I'm going to get a little bit off the side. I don't want to go down a rabbit hole, but
no.
When they talked about feeling what you need to feel, if you need to just have that breakdown. But suppose you're in the middle of giving a presentation. Suppose you're in the middle of paying for your groceries and you got to give your card and do things like that, or you're driving in the traffic because you really have to pay attention. There are ways that you can navigate those moments. If you feel like you need to break down, but you just can't, for whatever reason, it's not an appropriate time, find something to focus on.
Yes.
Maybe how many red things do I see in my peripheral vision? I mean, your vision. Visually. Or if you're giving a presentation, how many people are writing with pens? How many people are holding a pen right now? Something that allows the mind to zero in on something specific. But I will say this, do that to get you through the moment, but tell your grief, as soon as I can, I'm going to get right back to you. I'm going to get right back to you, because I don't want my idea is not to encourage people to not focus on their grief by doing those things. It's only if you can't honor it in that moment. And so anyway, I wanted to say
no, but that's so true, because sometimes you just can't. And so
yeah, it's not the time right now. I can't do that. And the other thing about writing, and we'll say journaling, since we're saying journaling, writing, I could use it interchangeably, but it also helps the brain heal and recover from stress and trauma. And I don't know how many people thought about that. They just think, oh, it's like, no, there is repair that's going on in your brain when that happens. So that's referred to as the emotional writing, that we're writing because of our emotions, and we want to be able to connect with them and express it in a way that is healing for us versus being destructive by not honoring it. Was there any other part of that video that you'd want to, that was expressive writing. And then he talks about gratitude. Do you want to?
Oh, yeah. And again, but you just brought up something. At that time, when you can't deal with the grief, then you say, I'll see you later.
Yes, I promise I'll take care of you later.
But that might be a good time to process, to do that gratitude. Let me think back on some good things. Let me think back on some good things that I can just write down and think about, because sometimes we do need to not be in the moment all the time. And so when you have to say, I can't deal with you now, I'm gonna honor you later, but that'll give you some time to really reflect on, why did it just come this time? And again, when I would think about that, I would think about the gratefulness of even though he's not with me, the fact that it could be very different. But I think that each part of the writing, of the journaling that he talked about, I saw myself at a different time. And it's not linear. It's not 1, 2. It's like sometimes
sometimes you
need gratitude. Sometimes it's emotional. But the thing is, it does help you think about how you feel. And in a culture where we're not necessarily told to honor honestly how we feel, because we think we have to do this, make everything, this outward appearance, either too happy or too sad. But journaling, you can be you wherever you are at that time. And again, I was one of those people, I journal that but it does. Everything you said is true. My brain healed, my mind healed. It really does help you. And I'm a teacher. I was a teacher, so I understand about that the eye, hand, mind coordinate, because if you write it down, you'll remember it.
Yes.
So as I said, there's every part that he talked about. I see how it will help you work your way through grief, because you have to heal from it.
Yes. And Deborah, talking about the gratitude aspect of it, being in gratitude, writing, or I don't know, some people do have gratitude journals, and I start them and stop them all the time. And writing from that perspective of gratitude keeps you in this moment. It's like, in this moment, I am so grateful for this warm cup of tea that's sitting beside me. And it's like, because it soothes my thirst. And so what I would say to people, I've heard, write 5 things you're grateful for every day. And that's good. If you can't write 5 things that you're grateful for, I say take 2 or 3 things that you're grateful for, but add why. Add why. It's like, oh, I'm grateful for my house. It's a place of of shelter. It's a, refuge. It's my place that I can come and restore and be rejuvenated. I'm grateful for my husband that brought me a warm cup of coffee this morning when I was really feeling sluggish and not wanting to get out of bed. So it's about expanding on it. If it's only going to be 2 or 3 things, expand on it. And the more, and I know I can speak to this from experience, the more frequently I keep a gratitude journal, it's almost, Deborah, like your mind suddenly looks for things to be grateful for the day. Like, oh, wow. I'm really grateful. There was not a lot of traffic coming from Ahihi to Chapala today. I'm really grateful. I get home sooner. I can start dinner sooner. So it does. It's one of those that, it's not forcing yourself to be positive. It's not that, what do we call it? Toxic positivity.
Yeah.
Just a refocusing, a reshifting of what you see.
It's kind of a developing an attitude of gratitude.
Yes.
Your perspective. Nothing is perfect, but if you can always see something good, or what, as you said before, what lesson can be learned.
Yes.
Having gratitude about life. And again, this may sound funny, but there are times when, especially if I have met women who are taking care of ill husbands and they've been ill for years, and I sit down and I really say, thank you for sparing him. Thank you for sparing him. Years of chemo or paralysis or other things. And so but that comes having this mindset of, as you said, of gratitude, of being grateful, that I had the opportunity to be with this wonderful man. And like you said, when I look outside and I see that, well, we live in a beautiful place, and I look outside and I see this humongous poinsettia bush, to say, it's beautiful. I'm glad. I am grateful that I am alive, that I'm in this good place. And again, it's having that attitude of gratitude. I learned a song, and I didn't understand how. I'd never heard this song before in my life until about my forced move, and I moved to this place and I was trying to adjust. I never heard this song before, and it came on, and it was called "I Never Lost My Praise." And as I listened to it, and what this person did was recounted the things that happened in her life. But she said it, but in all of these things, she never lost her praise. She never lost her gratitude that she had life, and she was able to appreciate things. And so and that really did help me also with that, with the gratitude, because it really does keep you focused on.
Yes, you can focus in the moment, grateful for what you have right now, right in this moment.
Right now.
I did hear from one widow person when I was doing that support group for a little bit, and I've heard this before. He said that he was grateful that his wife died first, because he would not have wanted her to suffer the experience of intense loss. So I thought that was pretty a way of looking at that you love that person so much, you want to spare them any suffering that comes with loss.
Yes.
And then there's one third type of journaling that you can do, and it's called reflective reframing. And I like this. It's only 5 steps. Okay, you're just going to write down what happened, no emotion, just what happened. The second one was what it meant. The third thing is what it revealed. The fourth is what it taught you, and a call to action. So I like that. Just write down what happened, what it meant, what it revealed, what it taught you, and your call to action. And I'm going to do this myself. I have a friendship that's ending, and I'm just really in grief around it. I'm really, really sad about it. And I said, I'm just going to write out the facts of what happened, what it meant, what it revealed, what it has taught me, the message, and call to action. So therefore, just want people to know that journaling can heal. So we've talked about emotional, excuse me, emotional writing, where you're writing down your emotions and just pouring it out. Talked about the gratitude journal, and then the reframing, the reflective reframing. So try it. Oh, that's what I said. I can tell you, oh, drink this cup of lemonade. It is the best. It is, oh my gosh, it's exquisite. But until you try it, you'll never know.
Yes.
So I think try it. And I'd love to hear your feedback around what you've gotten from journaling. And be gentle with yourself about it. Especially when you're writing. If you're just like, oh, this is stupid, this is crazy, set the timer for 10 minutes. And if it's stupid and crazy, write that, but just keep writing. And you will notice it's like that garden hose that hasn't been used. When you first turn it on, all the junk and muck, finally you get to clear water. That's what happens with journaling. When you just do a freestyle, just write. And even if you say it's ridiculous, it's crazy, that's okay too, because you'll get to the clear stream of water. You'll get to some deep thoughts and some deep insights. So anything else you want to end? We're gonna bring our show to a close here.
Well, actually I did, because something, of course, you always send me these deep things that I learned so much from. But as I was going through the Bill of Rights, it took me to a Facebook page that I'd never seen before. And it's called Widow Warriors, When We Became Me. And as I went through it, it was just some really good information, sharing, because there are some things that only widows can really understand. But I would suggest, and again, this is where I found the Widow's Bill of Rights, where you send it. And so I would say, Bonnie says all the time, it's not something you can do alone. But I called it, I had to learn how to dance by myself.
Yes.
And when I saw this, I said, I understood immediately, when we became me. And so journal, get you a support group, and understand, though, you're here for a reason.
Great. Thank you. And most importantly, and you said it as well, Deborah, just don't do grief alone. Don't do grief alone. And I just want to raise a candle. I don't know if you can see my candle.
I can see your candle.
You can see my candle. This candle is for all of us that are grieving, whatever our losses are. This candle is to honor you, honoring your resilience, and to remember that grief's superpower is healing. Grief's superpower is healing. So here's to you, here's to each one of us moving through the holidays. And I want to bring us to a close with the way I love to end the show, is that after we're finished, I want you to just go and look yourself in the eye, go to the mirror, look yourself in the eye, and just ask, what do I need today? What do I need today? And whatever comes up, please honor it. Please honor it. You're so worthy of healing and moving through grief. So thank you. Thank you, Dr. Deborah. So I will see you all next time.
Right.
So,
see you next time. Thanks for having me.
Namaste.
No.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Happy holidays.